Okay, you're going to the store, you want to buy some new plants, but you want them to live after you plant them. What are you thinking? That's crazy. Now you notice those little plastic tags that are stuck in or wrapped around every plant you buy. There's a lot of information on there. I mean, full sun, partial sun, full shade. What does all that mean? Why is the font so small? What's that little picture of the sun mean? Does it even matter? Should you care? Should you have that talk with the kids before they find out about it from one of their friends at school? Stick around, let's find out. Hey, how you doing today? I'm Rick Bickling, and this is the How Do Gardener. Hey, you know, most plants respond best to a certain amount of light throughout the day. And those little plastic tags that we talked about a few minutes ago, one of the key pieces of information that it gives is the amount of light that each plant requires. But that's only half of the puzzle. The other half is, how do you determine how much light different parts of your yard receive? So when you match up the correct plant with the correct amount of light, you've got a pretty good chance and you're off to a good start of actually letting your plants survive and thrive. Alright, there's two variables that come into play in defining the amount of light that a plant requires and also the amount of light that a given part of your yard may receive. And those two variables are, number one, not surprisingly, the sun. And number two, time. Okay, the sun, well, that was pretty easy, but let's look at the two types of sunlight that come into play in these definitions. The first is direct sunlight. That's where the sun shines directly on the ground with nothing in the way, no trees, leaves, buildings, or structures. Conversely, there's filtered sunlight. That's where the sun still hits the ground, but it's going through some leaves, some trees, maybe some structures. Think about it this way, that each classification of light is not really a snapshot during any given part of the day. It's more the average amount of light that either a plant needs or a given part of your yard receives throughout the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the five main classifications of light. First is full sun. Full sun is 6 to 8 hours of direct sun throughout the course of the day. Hey, before I forget, if you find this video helpful, mildly entertaining, or at the very least, if it's given you a greater appreciation of the cinematic qualities of that cat video you just watched, go ahead and click like and subscribe. Partial sun. Partial sun is 4 to 6 hours of direct sun throughout the course of a day. Or filtered sun on the plant all day, about 50% sun, 50% shade. Next is partial shade. Partial shade is 2 to 4 hours of direct sun on the plant. Or filtered sun on the plant all day. In this case, about 25% sunlight coming through, 75% shade. Next is full shade. Full shade means there's no direct or filtered sun on the plant at any point during the day. The only light that it gets is maybe reflected from a fence or a wall. Last is dense shade. Dense shade is no direct sunlight, no filtered sunlight, no reflected sunlight, no sunlight at all. Okay, so there you have the categories. Full sun, partial shade, full shade, and dense shade. Now, like we talked about, it's easy to know what the requirements of any given plant are. All you have to do is look at the little tag. Okay, so how do you tell how much sunlight hits any given part of your yard? Well, short of having NASA launch an unmanned probe into your backyard, or standing out there all day with a stopwatch in one hand and a UV meter in the other, I mean, you can probably ballpark it just by looking out at it throughout the day. What's really worked for me in the past, as far as getting a real pretty good accurate measurement of the amount of sun that any part of your yard gets, is this little device right here. It's called a SunCalc. I'll put a link down below. Click on it and you can go take a look at it for yourself. Basically what you do is stick it in the ground in the area that you're thinking about planting, push the little button on it, you'll see an LED light lights up, and after 12 hours come back, take it up and look, and you'll see a light next to the type of sunlight that that area of the yard receives. Again, it's going to be either full sun, partial shade, or full shade. And there you go. Now you know what you have. A pretty accurate measurement. Click on the link below and check it out for yourself. It's pretty handy. Alright, so there you have it. Again, one of the most important factors in determining whether your plants live and thrive is sunlight. Hopefully this has given you some good information to match up the right plant with the right part of your yard. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by today. I appreciate your time. I know you've got plenty of videos and other places you can go for information, but I'd like to think that this has been something that's helpful. If you have any comments, leave them below. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.